heartening to note that the new government is focused on reducing litigation and transfer pricing. In fact, the finance minister in his speech did mention that about rupees 4 lakh crores was stuck in tax demand and in disputes. Surprisingly, of that, nearly 50%, that is 2 lakh crores, is actually on account of transfer pricing. Hence, the key to provide certainty on transfer pricing issues is really something that is the focus of the government. In this context, the government has introduced a number of proposals. One of them being the advance pricing, relating to advance pricing agreements. This was a program that was introduced in 2012, and I think over a period of time has got more taxpayers confident in this program. Taking a positive cue from this particular thing, the finance minister has proposed augmenting the size of the APA team to an extent where it will help disposing APA cases. Also, more importantly, APA, since it looked at providing certainty to taxpayers on transactions or future transactions, now the APA, the proposal is to really look at rollbacks, which would mean that if one gets into a situation where an APA has to be agreed, the same conditions, the facts remains similar, it could apply to 4 preceding years, which would mean that it could reduce litigation in transfer pricing and give the taxpayer the certainty that it requires. One of the areas of litigation in India was the use of arithmetical mean, which would mean that the taxpayers had to look at one price for determining the arm's length price. This was impractical and really from a commercial perspective need to be relooked. This is exactly what the government has done. It will consider basically the range of prices which can be determined as arm's length price. This is something which is in line with the international best practices and which will be really helpful from a taxpayer perspective as well. The other important aspect other than this is the use of multiple year data, which is again an area of concern for taxpayers. What is proposed is that the multiple year data indeed can be looked at, which again would mean that there will be the fluctuation in business cycles of various companies can be considered in multiple year data, and again that is something that will help the taxpayers. Of course, there are areas like valuation of shares which has not been touched upon, but having said that, this is something that can be looked at even outside the budget, and if going forward the government can issue some circular or notification on this issue, it will be really helpful. Overall, I would say that the government is focused on transfer pricing to provide certainty, and I'm sure that this will go a long way in providing the confidence to both the taxpayers and investors alike. Thank you.